Hey guys, Reversal here, coming at you from the lovely Sweden. I'm in Sweden right now. It's amazing. I'm actually visiting the Mall of Scandinavia, and that's going to be a video that will be up on the channel at a later time. But in this one, I want to talk about the recent change with the Safari Zone. So there's been news about the upcoming Safari Zone events, and some of the events have actually been postponed, delayed until a later point. I wanted to take some time to talk about those and also give some feedback in regards to the community, because a lot of people have been asking me questions and I was not able to answer them in any way, shape or form, because one mall says one thing and the other says something else. Anyway, let's jump in. So these Safari Zone events are going to be hosted at certain malls which Niantic has a partnership with. That is Unibail Rodamco. They're great people. I met some of them over here. I actually have some information for you guys which I don't even know if I'm allowed to share, but I'm gonna do it regardless because it's gonna create some certainty or some clarity in this situation after I have my water here. So the 5th of August, Copenhagen and Prague, that's gonna be delayed until a later point. And then the 12th, which is gonna be Stockholm and Amsterdam, is also gonna be delayed until a later time. Then also, as a surprise, we understand that some Pokemon that were rarely seen in Europe will be appearing soon in certain European cities for a brief period of time. Keep your eyes peeled. Very important here, this is not going to be Kangaskhan because they're saying Pokemon that are rarely seen. So I'm assuming it's going to be like Unknown, Ampharos, Snorlax, Pokemon like those which aren't seen often will be seen more often than usual. There's a lot of confusion when it comes down to the Safari Zone events. Are tickets gonna be free? Do you have to pay for tickets? What if tickets are full? What's gonna be happening then? What I've heard from people that are working together with Niantic, they said if you don't have a ticket, don't bother showing up to the mall event because you're not gonna get access to the event. There's like a certain website or a certain login required for you to unlock the event on your phone, pretty much like Pokemon Go Fest. So make sure you take that into consideration. There's no point showing up for one of these events if you don't secure yourself a ticket. So that's very important. The next part is, how do you get a ticket? We don't know. We don't know. Like, there's little information known about tickets on themselves. And this is where it's really confusing. Unibail Rodamco, Niantic, please work on making communication towards players better on this. Have some sort of straight guideline that every single mall has to follow for the Safari Zone events, because you gotta have to take into consideration a lot of people will be having interest in this. I don't know what the organization between every single mall is, but I think it's very confusing if one mall, Central in Germany, says it's gonna be like €10 to attend an event like this, and then Amstelveen in the Netherlands says, well, all the tickets are gonna be free. And then the Mall of Scandinavia saying there's gonna be 4,000 free tickets. Now people over here were asking me, well, if these tickets sell out, if these tickets are no longer available, can we buy tickets? In which the mall actually said no, there will just be 4,000 tickets. So at least make sure you communicate. There's a limit of 4,000 tickets. If it's gone, it's gone. You cannot, you cannot participate in this anymore. I guess another point of feedback is Europe is small. Europe is not ginormous or anything like that. Europe, if you live in Europe, going to another country in Europe, it's very accessible. So what you guys need to take into consideration is, if you're gonna organize an event, let's take the Netherlands, for example. If you host an event in the Netherlands, then people from Belgium, Germany, France, even Spain, Portugal, United Kingdom, they'll all be going to the Netherlands just to attend these events. You got people out there from other countries which will make the travel to go to these events. So my point of feedback is, make sure that every single mall is communicating in their native language, but then also in English, so that way it is more friendly towards other people out there, because I have no idea what the website in Scandinavia says. I have no idea what it says in French, but there is people that are interested to attend these events, so make sure you have some sort of like guideline there that is not just mostly targeted towards the local players, but also international players are welcomed in some way, shape or form. So I guess like you guys are curious to know why I feel it is good that these events have been postponed. Honestly, too little preparation in any way, shape or form. Too little known from the malls, too little communication towards your player base, knowing exactly what you can expect. Now I'm under the understanding that some of you guys made your travel arrangements and stuff, but I would never advise anyone to take time off work, or which is hard, of course. It's hard to say something like that, but I would never advise for anything like that unless, of course, you already secured yourself a ticket. So even if you make your travel arrangements, that doesn't guarantee that you as a player will be getting yourself a ticket to the event. It would be incredibly sour if you were to be traveling to the event site and then finding out that you cannot even attend this event. So make sure you share this video with your friends, with your fellow Pokemon Go players and fellow Facebook groups, so that way they are aware. If you don't have a ticket for the Safari Zone, don't bother showing up, because you cannot unlock the phone on your event because there's a limited space. Also, if you are attending these Safari Zone events, take into consideration these are shopping malls. People are shopping there. That's very important to understand, because, you know, just be a Pokemon player, don't be a disturbance, because then events like these might not ever happen again anymore. It's gonna be incredibly busy during these malls. That's also very important to take into consideration. I've right now been at 3 of these malls, and I'm gonna tell you, they got space, but obviously the most, like the coolest spots where the most lures are gonna be crowded with Pokemon Go players out there. So try not to be a disturbance for people that are actually trying to buy stuff there, because if you were to be a customer there and there would be some sort of convention going on and you'd be like, you're not a part of it, you cannot relate to it, you wouldn't want to be disturbed by them as well. So as a fellow Pokemon Go player, I ask you, please be respectful. If you are planning on attending these events, be respectful about your environment, because I know for a fact that some of you guys just simply aren't. But yeah, anyway, that's it from my end right here. These are my thoughts, opinions. I really hope that Unibil, Rodamco or Niantic sees this, so that way communication towards your player base can become a little bit better. Too many players still have questions in regards to the Safari Zone. How is it going to be going down? What are the entries? What are the times people can, you know, enjoy these events, and so on and so forth. Make sure that these kind of things are actually crystallized towards your player base, so that way people can take these things into consideration and make it all around a better event for the players, but then also for you guys who are hosting these events. Anyway, this has been Reversal for Pokemon Go. I'm heading off to the small Scandinavia. Apparently there was a bunch of people waiting to see Pikachu, and they thought that was the line to meet me. So I'm gonna go there right now, actually meet some of you awesome faces down there. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.